With Edmonton, he had been to back-to-back Stanley Cup finals, and maybe a change of scenery between he and Tristan Jarry, both of those teams trying to change their perspective in net.
He did play some center when he was with Anaheim, so he's not a stranger to the position. It's just rusty. He hasn't done it a lot lately.
Tage Thompson across the line. Wrist shot. That might have glanced off the outside of the post. One of our ESPN Hockey Night doubleheader. The Kings and Islanders are next. Anthony Mantha brings it across the line with a drop. Brazo, a soft wrister on net. Pekka Luukkonen is able to cover. One hands the puck around the boards. Back in the lineup is Josh Dunn tonight as he is centering this fourth line. That half-board shot thrown on net, and that's handled by Sheloff from Kesselring. Brazo guides it in. Ben Kindle is after it. Winds it all the way around the boards. Gerard on the pinch. A drive gobbled up by Luukkonen off Mantha's one-timer. Novak spins for the half wall. Centering pass. Saved by Luukkonen off the one-time sweep by Malkin. Crosby. The Pittsburgh power play has connected for 4 goals on 14 attempts. Carlson, that rush softly off the left pad of Luukkonen. Up the boards. Puts it right through the crease behind Sheloffs. Doan has it in the corner. Ostlund fires one. And Sheloffs in position to make the blocker save. Dahlin, a little 360 move on Connor Dewar to the half wall and protects the puck. Down to the goal line goes Norris. Step attempt. Save Sheloffs. And the rebound is swept free by Achari.
For his first taste this year, they hope.
He will get it this year. That would be the prediction. That shot off the blocker of Sheloffs for Bowen Byram. Skated down by Thompson. And he's on his horse. Pitches it to the half wall. McLeod sets up Byram. Those two play catch into the bumper to Tuch. They work it down to the goal line. Thompson was lurking net front. Ostlund thought about him back door. Instead, straight away it's Byram. Tuch, a one-time sweep. And that was off the heel of his stick. Lazat digs in on Tage Thompson. Nagging Thompson, who keeps the puck onside. Byram right down Broadway. Gives it back to McLeod. Shoots it wide. And the carom of the missed shot. Letang again. Across the line, Novak. Checked by Power all the way around to Ben Kindle. Back to the point, Letang. Knocked off his stick by McLeod. Short-handed, he moves in. McLeod scores! Oh, finesses one through the 5-hole of Sheloffs. A short-handed goal, and that oftentimes is Ryan McLeod's specialty.
Heads-up play, gets it the length of the ice. Later on, he gets another chance at the penalty kill, and what a beauty finish. Not just getting this opportunity, getting a breakaway, but settling the puck. It's on edge.
Norris thought about Zucker. A good stick in the passing lane for Shea, and Clifton squeezes it out to the neutral zone. Swept by Dahlin, but Rust moves in with Kindle short-handed. Rust drives the net. Score! We are even one short-handed goal apiece.
For this team, this whole unit is excellent about knowing when to press, knowing when to retreat. And here he presses. They've got the numbers. They come up. It's 2-on-2, and look at that. Drops the shoulder, comes in. He knows he has Ben Kindle with him, but he's got Norris. He's got Dahlin. 2 excellent defending players there, and Brian Rust.
Chinakhov shut the door.
Great angle by Chinakhov.
Malkin moves in. Chinakhov between the legs. Save made by Luukkonen. What a move the handle by Chinakhov. Wotherspoon gave it away to Bowen Byram. Byram brings it back across the line, looks over his shoulder, finds a trailer. That shot from Quinn blockered away by Sheloffs. McLeod continues to lead the NHL in shorthanded goals, his 5th. And folks, we have tonight's odds for the next anytime goal scorer. A reminder that DraftKings is the #1 sports book for live betting. The Doan on the goal line. Thompson up top, Bowen Byram. And into the bumper it goes to Zucker. Right back to Thompson. Rich shot. Pops up in the air off the stick of Doan. As Lazat will hold. Nice little dangle at the half wall. Killing time. Tried to spin one back. Finds a cutter. That shot. And Rust looking for his 2nd shorthanded goal. Turn from Quinn. It's across to McLeod. McLeod down to the goal line. Tuck attempt by Zucker. The stick of Sheloff. Shut the door. And the clear. Norris has it at the left point. Rink-wide backhanded pass to Bowen Byram. A return. And now it's Tage Thompson. Byram, one-timer. Save Sheloff. The rebound. Score! Josh Norris on the rebound on the power play with 1:28 of power play time still remaining for the Buffalo Sabres, and they've got the lead.
Stretch. They lost the zone a couple times, but every time they came back, a reminder, as you mentioned, they didn't have Dahlin here. So you have Bo Byram on this top unit. Tage Thompson failed on a couple opportunities early on. This second time through, he dishes it out to Byram. Good job here. Just get the shot on net.
He's part of the top power play unit once again for the 5-on-3. And here is Rasmus Dahlin. Floats one off the shoulder of Zucker, up into the netting and out of play. Handled by Byram through the legs across the line. Brief 4-on-3 power play. Dahlin thought about a shot, a return, shot. Trickles off the glove of Shelov's. Tuch had a look. Brazo out of the box. To 4-on-4 hockey as Brazo attacks. Centering pass for Lazar. Pops up in the air and ends up in the glove of Luukkonen. It's a 5-on-4 with the extra attacker on. Across to Tage Thompson. Chinakhov out of the box. So now it's 5 aside. But the next penalty will go against Pittsburgh. Shot, score! Owen Power floats one from distance through the traffic in front. And Buffalo extends their lead. It looks like Tuch got a piece on the deflection.
That's what leads to this delayed call. You see that they get the extra attacker out there, and they just slow it down. Owen Power's out back, out high there, but it's hard for Pittsburgh too. They get their guy back from the box, but now they got 5-6 Buffalo Sabres, and it's just a shot, screen. His other sister, Jitsi, was on the Olympic team in 22, won a silver, so the Dunn family certainly knows their way around a hockey rink.
Shot in on Luukkonen as he is able to cover.
That aren't playing special teams, and they sit on the bench for so long, and they've got to stay engaged, and they've got to get out there. They have fresh legs, but they're not in any rhythm.
Engel sets up Russ, drives it in. Backhander, side of the crease, and it hopped past the blade of Kindle. What wonderful perspective he had. He said everything she's been through, she's lost a ton of weight. She's trying to eat to get healthy again. Lost the baby, as that save is made by Shelov's, but she's alive.
And he called her a warrior. He's amazed at what she's been through, and he was very open about it, which was impressive, and they've been very open as a couple talking about the...
Past the Power, shoot, score! Owen Power squeezes one through Shelov's, and it's 4-1 Buffalo.
By the Buffalo Sabres. Here it is, right? Josh Norris looking across, finding Owen Power. They do an excellent job of creeping in as the defenseman. They all create offense. Sometimes on the rush, they'll jump in the play. Obviously, you've got Dahlin is so offensive.
And they are potentially on their way to their 26th win since then. As Luukkonen able to glove down that soft wrister from Connor Dewar. But it's a roster that probably has to get a little bit younger, and they have to answer a big question in net. Kesselring, a takeaway. Peyton Krebs finds the trailer. Tuch off the pad of Shelov's. Kick to the corner. Tuch once again controls. Left over by Gerard. Down to his knees. And the outlet to Zucker. Kesselring. To Rust. Handled by Novak. One-timer Raquel and a save made by Luukkonen. Straight away. 45 seconds to go on the power play. Chinakhov a one-timer. Off the post! Rang the bar to the short side, the glove side of Luukkonen.
And you look at what these guys are trying to do. We talked to Lindy Ruff about it. How do you manage the players? How do you manage your bench when you have power plays? You've got penalty kills. You've got the same guys going out there all the time. Lindy Ruff says he goes into the room sometimes, has to remind them, you guys are good hockey players. Play like it.
Works it off the left boards to Benson. Dunn heads to the net. Benson feeds it to him. Tipped in. Oh, Shelov's makes the save. The rebound's behind him. And he does the snow angel to keep it out of the net.
Zach Benson does a good job coming in and just putting the puck in space. He waits. He finds a seam to Josh Dunn just behind Sam Girard. And then how about that? Does that count as a save? I don't think it does, but you get Tommy Novak back there, and with his skate, right? First his stick, then his skate, gets it underneath Shelov's.
6-on-5 for Pittsburgh, but they need a goal, and they need it soon to make this one interesting. Mattias Samuelsson spins one the length of the rink, and it rolls into the empty net. Samuelsson, the wheel around, three-quarter of the rink empty netter. And it's 5-1 Buffalo.
Loves what he's been able to do, and I give there just a whip around. Puck's rolling. That could have gone. It was like a pinball.
Again, December 8th, they were 11-14-4. They were a last-place team. Quinn in on Shelov's, who makes the save and covers.
This year, everyone thought it was this rebuild, and I guess they're calling it a soft rebuild now as they continue in the win now mode as well. So good on Kyle Dubas to try to walk that fine line between the two.